So who was it said that Jehovah's Witnesses are the most honest people in the world? Who was it who said that they're the most loving? It was the Watchtower. Sometimes, but very, 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 very rarely, you hear in the press about a witness who's done something charitable or good. But normally that just turns into an advert or a commercial for the governing body. In fact, if you look at the news items about Jehovah's Witnesses, they're mainly about paedophiles that have been caught. That's what I'm seeing in the press anyway. It's just the Watchtower feeding egos. It's just the Watchtower saying, well look, we're the best, we're the best. Come and join us, we're the best. And it becomes such a mantra. You hear it that often that you start believing it if you're not careful. You actually start to think, oh yeah, that must be true. Higher education bad, door knocking good. We, the Watchtower, didn't say that. No, but you insinuate it in the way you write your magazines, Watchtower. Here's an example, and this isn't verbatim, so don't get me wrong, it isn't exact from the Watchtower, which is probably now only 16 pages long. They will say something like, oh, mature Christians prefer door knocking to higher education. You see what they've done there? They've just appealed to your ego. Are you a mature Christian? Who doesn't want to be called a mature Christian, if indeed you want to be called a Christian at all? Mature Christians. So therefore there's a trap already planted, that if you don't want to go door knocking but do want an education, you're obviously not mature. So that's kind of appealing to the ego. It's filling you with guilt, fear and phobia. Go door knocking or you're not mature. But the Watchtower can then turn around and say, well, we didn't say that you can't have a higher education. Oh, come on, it's insinuated, isn't it? It's insinuated that if you have a higher education, you're not mature. Witnesses think they're so charitable. They think they're doing a good work. They've been conned into believing that the door knocking is the most worthwhile thing they can do. Well, yeah, perhaps it is for the governing body who are losing so much money now they're going to be moving out of Brooklyn. For the governing body who are losing so much money that the magazines are now going to be 16 pages instead of 32. Seen the letter, seen the secret letter to the elders that Jehovah obviously let everybody else see before the elders. In the news, you see many examples of charities who are doing charitable good works. If I would say most charities are doing excellent work, what charity isn't? Oh, are you thinking of who I'm thinking of? Jehovah's Witnesses. As a charity, what do? Door knocking. Door knocking good, higher education bad. That kind of charity really doesn't do anything at all. And even if they do, which I don't know really of anything that they do that hasn't been first done for the brothers or for an advert for the governing body. The governing body hasn't given any money at all. They've given nothing. They do nothing. They are nothing. If there are any donations, they're from you. Remember the boxes of spectacles that were kept at back of the Kingdom Hall to send to Africa? Yeah, that's it. The governing body weren't going to shell out, were they, and buy new spectacles for people. Get your old crap, shove it in a box. That's not charity. It's not charity at all, that's sham. And I'm ashamed that I ever had anything to do with the Watchtower Bible and crap society, with all their guilt, fear and phobia that they induce on people. Charity my backside. That's interesting, isn't it, about the Watchtower? 32 pages going down to 16. They're saying, oh, it's progress. Yeah, it's progress. I don't even know if this is circulated in the congregations yet, but I've certainly been privy to the letter. Using the internet. 3 internet sites, 1 portal. People prefer to download. Yeah, cheaper. Cheaper. It's all about Loba, all about the cash, all about the wonga, all about the money. Don't be mistaken. I think that this spells an interesting end for the Watchtower financially. I think they're going down the Kazi. I'm glad, really, because the amount of people that could be freed so that they can do good works for people would be brilliant. 16 pages is better than 32 anyway, considering the shit they put in the bloody things in the first place that are no good to anybody. All that mind cleansing and mind control. No. And also, smaller magazines, less effect on the environment. Let's face it, all those books and magazines that this publishing corporation's dished out over the years, no, my dear friend, they have been damaging to the environment. They are not a genuine charity, and I feel sorry for those poor little blighters that are stuck inside it. Oh, you poor little terrors. What can we do to get you out? YouTube. Keep watching YouTube. Go on the forums. As I said before, we want you to wake up. We're not going to hand you over to Satan. The devil's not going to get you. Demons aren't going to fly up your arsehole. It's not going to happen. We want you to get out so you can have a good life. A life outside. Yeah, it's difficult at first, and there are prices to pay. My price? My marriage. I'm not even going to talk about that, but that's pretty much cold now. But hey ho, that's for me to sort out anyway. We need you to wake up and get out of that money making organisation like little friend Ashy 1818. Well done, gal. Need more like you. Unwitness, unwitness, unwitness. De-advertise, de-advertise, de-advertise. The more that we heighten awareness, be it just talking to people we know, is the less chance they'll be sucked into the filthy cult of Jehovah's Witnesses. Now is the information age. Now is the time to get them out. Anyway, E.R. Bell, how you doing, my old darling? I haven't spoken to you for a little while. I've thoroughly been enjoying Undo 2's judicial committees. Hilarious. I'm glad that I wasn't that kind of elder when I was in, although my thinking was a bit like that, I do have to say. That stupid bifurcated crap that those idiots are coming out with. Who else? Hey, Truth for JWs, how you doing, man? I haven't seen a video from you from a long time. Hey, ex-Gilead missionary Lance, where you been, man? Where you been? You were a source of inspiration and information when I first started leaving the filthy, disgusting cult of Jehovah's Witnesses. You were a good man. CSE Apostate still going? Tim Kilgore, legend, mate, legend. And my mate Craig, propaganda techniques, wonderful. Who have I forgotten? Stepford Escapee, how you doing, darling? You alright? Oh, and Slain Elka. Oh, my man. You've got to do another Dear Governing Body. I just love it when you're sitting there soliloquising with that furrowed brow, and I can see you're so sincere, and you mean it, man. You go, guy, you go. You're great. Who else? Well, I've got quite a few now that I subscribe to. I'm sorry I can't recall all your names, but I'm out, as you can see, I'm out here at the moment, so hardly going to remember everybody. But you've all been good. And Truth Book Blues, where you been? Where you been? Your fun with covers was an inspiration to me. Who else? Dunno, can't remember. Maybe I don't know. I might put some names in a link or something at the bottom here, I don't know. Anyway, I love you all very dearly. You're my brothers and sisters out there, and I think the world of you. And I don't care whether you're straight, gay, transgender. I do not care. I love you all so much. And I think that together we can wake those silly bleeders up that are sitting in the kingdom hell with those cheesy smiles. Peace out! Said I'd name some more, didn't I? And JW Fairy Tale. Dan Mera, Piano Davey, Dally Wally, Hill Diggity, Hill Diggity Diggity, Riggity Diggity. Lucius V. Boogeyman Productions. I remember one guy once called you Luscious the Bogeyman. Well, I don't know whether he was being complimentary or whether it was a mispronunciation, but I'd take it as a compliment anyway. Finding Truth 25. We will go for a beer sometime, and I'll speak more about the church that I went to in a private email to you. Who else have I forgotten? I've forgotten loads of you, but I've thoroughly enjoyed YouTube, and I'm hoping that now that the Watchtower are saying to go online, I know the Dubs don't realise this yet because they probably haven't seen the letter yet, have they, about the university education magazines going down to 16 pages from 32. Hopefully, now that the Watchtower's promoting the internet, oh no! The people that would normally go and avoid the internet, or not go and avoid it, but just avoid it, will now look at the internet and come across YouTube, JWN and UQ Forum and JW Facts and these various different ones, and it will open their eyes, and it will be a great unwitness, and it will be reproach to the name of the Watchtower, which is thoroughly deserving. So I really can't think of anything else to tell you, my darlings. Just hope everything's all right. I've kind of buried myself a bit, really, haven't I? Because I've started naming different YouTube channels. So I hope that I haven't missed anybody who feels upset that I've missed you. Wake Up Witnesses, good channel as well. So anyway, keep up the good works. Unwitness, unwitness, unwitness. That's what we've got to do, babes. Laters.